What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made this beautiful, porky, barky, smoky pork cheeks and porkacoa. Coming up! Down at LeRoy and Lewis, we've become quite known for our signature dish, the smoked beef cheeks. Super tender, fatty, barky little bites. If you've had them, you know what I mean. And if you want to learn how to make those, be sure to check out the LeRoy and Lewis Patreon page, where we put out new videos every week and have been for a whole year as of today. 52 videos for the price of one. But over the years, every single time I cook a beef cheek, I wonder to myself, I wonder what this would be like with pork. Would a pork cheek come out just as good as a beef cheek? And today, we're gonna find out. That's right, folks, we're making pork cheeks, and it is going to be delicious. This is a pork jowl. If you ever seen a pig, you know they got big fat faces, and this right here is that entire cheek muscle. Pork jowl, typically cured and smoked, made into guanciale, kind of like bacon, because this jowl is super fatty, just like a pork belly. So to cure it up, smoke it, slice and thin is typically what you're gonna see, either that or some lardones or something like that. But what we're after is this right here. This is the actual cheek muscle of the pig. So we're gonna take our little knife here and use just the tip, and we're gonna pull that right out. It comes out pretty easily. It wants to separate naturally. And there we have it, a beautiful little pork cheek. The rest of this is some great meat. There's a really great cut right on top of this, as well as making some great jowl bacon, which we'll probably do in another video. But not much to do on these. We're gonna go through and clean it up a little bit. Bit of a membrane on the back side here. Beautiful. So cute. But because it's such a small piece of meat, we're gonna need a few more. I got these online from Cabelas Meats. These are Iberico pork cheeks. And just like the other one, got a bit of a membrane on this back side, which we're gonna take off real quick. Looking good, nice and clean. And this video is not sponsored by Cabelas, but if you're watching, call me. To season up these pork cheeks, we're gonna keep it real simple with some salt and pepper. And because I'm plugging LeRoy and Lewis in this video, let's go ahead and use LeRoy and Lewis Dalmatian Rub. On sale now at LeRoyandLewisBBQ.com. And this is simply 2 parts 16 mesh black pepper to 1 part Diamond Crystal kosher salt. We're just gonna get in there, give them a nice coat, and this is exactly what we put on our briskets, our beef cheeks, our burgers. Perfect ratio. Oh yeah, get in there, nice and deep-like. Looking good to me. Nice heavy coating on there, gonna give us a really nice bark, which is exactly what we're after. Today's the day, we're gonna do it. Nope. Damn it. We got this pit rocking at about 275, upward of 300 degrees, and we are gonna put on these pork cheeks. Yeah! Get these all lined up, looking real nice and neat. We're gonna let these rock for the next probably 2 or 3 hours. I don't think it's gonna take too long to get this bark formed and everything looking real nice. So we'll check back in a little bit. 3 hours later, and these little bad Larrys are coming off the pit. As you can see, they've got some beautiful color on there. We're not really looking for any internal temp on these or anything. We're just looking for that nice bark, make sure that crust is cooked on there really well, because we're about to confit these overnight. A little bit of pork fat, can't go wrong with that. Beautiful. Now we got these in some pork fat. These are gonna go into my oven overnight at 170 degrees, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. 1 day later, and these are coming out of the oven. It's a little later in the day than I anticipated, but hey, life happens. And just like sous vide, these are held at a constant temperature, so there's no real danger of them overcooking. And because it's in confit, which was originally a preservation method, I'm not too worried about them going bad, so I think we're in the clear. Out of the fat, these little nuggets come. They shrunk up quite a bit. They're looking just like tiny little beef cheeks. And I did have some foil over this while it was in the oven overnight, just to make sure nothing got burned or spilled or anything like that. Ooh, it smells so good. That bark really stayed on there nice. We're gonna pull these out, put them on a paper towel, let all this extra grease drain off, let these cool down a little bit, and then we will slice on in. After about 10 minutes, these are nicely cooled down. Doesn't take long for little nuggets like this to cool down. And they sure are looking pretty. Beautiful bark on there. I think it's time to slice in. Ooh. It's so small, but look at that. It looks just like a tiny little beef cheek. Similar smoke ring, similar texture. Man, it looks just like it. And you know, of course, it's super tender. Let's see how it tastes. Ooh. That tastes exactly like a beef cheek. That's so weird. It's got those porky afternotes to it, but the texture is exactly the same. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. It's like a little pork burn end. Super smoky, super tender. Unbelievable. It's not nearly as unctuous and sticky as a beef cheek is. I think there's a little less connective tissue in there. The beef cheeks have that brisket kind of jiggle to them, where these kind of want to crack open a little bit. It reminds me a lot of the chuck burnt ends, where it was good, it was tender, but because it didn't have nearly as much connective tissue as something like a brisket or a beef cheek, it was just missing that little bit of mouthfeel. That being said though, that's delicious. So to answer the original question, are these as good or better than beef cheeks? No. I mean, there's something just so special about a beef cheek. It comes out so sticky and so tender and unctuous. It really is better than anything you'd expect out of the cut. Where these are super delicious, would I cook them again? Absolutely. If the cut was more readily available, I could see myself doing this on the regular. God, it smells, it's got the same smell as barbacoa, even though it's pork. It's crazy. But that does pose a question. Can we shred these and make them into porkacoa? Let's find out. Ooh. Yup. That's a definitive yes. It's pork barbacoa. Porkacoa. Porkacoa hasn't always been this glam. I was always so curious about pork barbacoa, but I always thought, man, what's the difference between that and pulled pork? That's the difference between that and pulled pork. That looks just like barbacoa. That's crazy. Well, where there's porkacoa, we have to make tacos. What a beaut. Ooh. Does it get any better than that, folks?
Watch my how to make a beef fat tortilla video. Hee 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 hee.
Oh God, it smells so good. Beautiful. Little porkacoa, little onions. And yeah, those are rehydrated onions. Little creamy avocado sauce. Queso fresco. Cilantro. Little bit of hot sauce. Oops. Ooh. I think it's time to dive into this porkacoa taco. Ow. Ooh. Oh, that's so good. Oh. I honestly don't think I would know if you told me that was pork, not beef. So good. I need another one. What a thing of beauty. Ow. Each bite is better than the previous bite. Ow. I'm definitely going to be ordering some more pork cheeks in the foreseeable future. Also, rehydrated onions on your taco, that's my new go-to move. If you don't know what I'm talking about, be sure to check out my cheeseburger episode. What else can I say, folks? I was a little skeptical about pork cheeks, but this is a winner. All right, y'all, and that is it. That is my version of smoked pork cheeks and pork cheek barbacoa. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to let me know by hitting that subscribe button, like the video, ring the bell, all that good stuff. If you give this recipe a try for yourself, which I highly recommend you do, be sure to tag me on Instagram at ChudsBBQ. I love to see what y'all are cooking. Let me know in the comments below what you want to see me cook next. Head over to ChudsBBQ.com for all things pit related. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace. There's a snake in my boot.